Hi, this is Nathan Peteparker from Marvel Database, which is marvel.wikia.com. I am coming to you today, this week, from my man cave, where my comics are kept, in my garage, because I guess they can't be in the house. And today I am reviewing The Avengers number 11. This is by Brian Michael Bendis and John Romita Jr. So let's get into it. Up until now, Parker Robbins, the Hood, has been collecting the Infinity Gems so he can gain his powers back. He had a magical hood that was powered by a demon, and then he lost that, and then he tried to use the Norn Stones, which were given to him by Loki, and he lost those. Loki used those to win the siege of Asgard. And so he didn't have any powers left, and he got real beat up, and he was in prison, and managed to work his way out of prison and buy his way into information about these Infinity Gems, which he believes is his only way to get back into power. So he's been going around collecting them, and the Illuminati, the team of secret team, I guess, of heroes who are the most powerful, arguably some of the most powerful heroes in the world, together hid these Infinity Gems all over the place to try to keep them from falling into the hands of evil people. And nobody else knew about this, and so they're now just finding out, or they were just finding out, that the Illuminati exists, or existed, and that these gems were hidden, and now they're in danger. So they're all going after Parker Robbins, who's in turn also going after the Power Gems. Now in this book, for a change, hasn't typically been this way, we actually have Uatu, the Watcher, narrating the entire book. So there's Uatu. And I have to say, hopefully he bears no resemblance to me whatsoever, that he's looking kind of fat to me. Maybe it's the double chin, maybe it's the part around the jowls, I don't know, maybe it's the slits of the eyes, but to me he looks pretty overweight, like he's really depressed about the apparent happenings before, where he's really in big trouble about meddling with the humanity or whatever. He mentions at the beginning that if he does it one more time, then he'll be stripped of his rights and privileges and powers, and he'll never be able to watch humanity again, which would be a deeply felt heart problem, or he would really be sad. So maybe he's depressed and he's eating all the time just to make up for this decision or whatever. So anyway, Parker Robbins is going up against Thor and Namor and the Red Hulk at first, and they fight, and over the course of the book, some of the Infinity Gems exchange hands, but Parker eventually gets to all of the gems. He doesn't have them all in the end. The good guys have some, but there are some. This is really an action-packed book. There's lots of fighting. There's lots of fight scenes. There's not a lot of choreographed fights, because you see a lot of posing and then the aftermath, and then posing and then the aftermath, which I guess is fine. I mean, I don't know how much fighting you really do show. You do show throwing punches, I guess, sometimes. There's some good scenes at the end where Red Hulk is all happy that he was able to get the red gem, which kind of makes sense. It's a power gem. He's Hulk. It's red. He's red. Sure. Cool. Alright, whatever. But I thought that was kind of cool, and even with that, he doesn't win the fight or whatever, which is kind of amazing, but I guess it's 2 versus 1. And then Xavier loses the mind gem to Parker Robbins. He gets it. They do a battle of the minds, and Xavier, as powerful as he is, can't overcome somebody who never knew about the mind gem before, but suddenly knows how to use it. I guess they're trying to say that or Bendis is trying to say, that the power of the mind gem is so huge that even somebody who didn't even know about its power could beat the most powerful mind person on the planet. So I guess that's pretty powerful. And then there's a big surprise at the end, considering I thought he was stuck in an alternate universe, the Cancerverse or something like that. But apparently he was able to find his way back to the final gem, which is Thanos right here. And Thanos is confronting the Hood. And I guess they're going to fight next issue. So, the issue itself was filled with action, poses, and then the end, poses, and then the end kind of thing. So that was okay, I guess. I really don't like John Romita Jr.'s art. Everybody that I've met who's a comic fan either loves his art or hates his art. Hates is probably a strong word. Or doesn't like, let's say that. Either loves it or doesn't like it. But a very strong doesn't like. And I'm one of those that doesn't really like it. I've gotten used to it over this Avengers story. I don't prefer it, but I'll deal with it for the epic battles and the big characters that are involved in this story. So maybe that tainted my perspective on the issue a little bit. But that, coupled with the fact that nothing really happens here. Some gems get moved around, but unless you're really like keeping track of which gems, who has which gems at all times, which I don't, because they kind of remind you here and there, then you don't really care about that. You don't care about one person getting one gem and one person getting one taken away, and so on and so forth, right? So it's kind of vaguely inconsequential. I mean, they do have some epic battles, and bad guy wins, of course, a lot, but still. The main thing I probably didn't like about this whole thing is the narration. Like I said, the Watcher's in it. He narrates almost the entire book and talks about what each person is thinking and what each person is doing. Now, it hasn't been done much before, or maybe it's been done a lot, but I don't remember it happening very often, that a whole book was narrated by one character throughout the entire book. So maybe that's popular or something, or maybe somebody likes that more than I do. But to me, it was really like off-putting. I would much rather read the details about what somebody's doing, or think about the things that they're doing, like Beast calculating the amount of people that are going to die if the Hood gets all of the gems and rules the world or whatever. That's kind of stuff I think about when I see Beast there in like a battle pose or whatever, ready to take him on, right? So, I don't know. I didn't love it. It's kind of, it felt like a transition book, a filler book almost. I mean, yes, the battles are huge, they're epic, there's a lot of main characters involved in them, and there's a bunch of characters involved in this too that not even everybody can say anything. But at the same time, I don't really love the Watcher. He looked weird, the art is not my favorite, and he narrated over everything. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3 out of 5. It's an okay book. It's not the greatest one. I'm sure if you collected this story in a trade once it was done, you'd probably enjoy the whole thing and you'd breeze right through this one, not even really realize it, because it's such a small part of an even bigger fight overall. So, but if you're just collecting individual issues, or you're thinking about just picking up this one, I would probably skip back to the beginning of either this series, this story arc, or just wait until it's over, because you don't need to pick up at this one. Okay? Alright, for more of my reviews, check out marvel.wikia.com and look for reviews under Peteparker. That's my name. Until next time. I'm going to click this off right